he could get action
Alright.
from Michael.
Raise.
Call Jack.
15.
15 more, 21 total. Pass. Pass.
Oh, Michael's reaching. Please.
Call.
Just called.
Yeah, and well,
I just don't. I don't think Michael has put pressure on anybody, apart from once when he had pocket rockets, and no one wanted to play.
well, this has come absolutely
Call
perfect
it.
for him.
Call in.
See.
Brandon Block might feel like he's got the price to call,
not
although he's
bad.
given him a chance to get away from it. hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, they got bullied.
I mean, Brandon's decided his beat. He's got the wrong reason, but he is right.
24,000 to win
24.
69. It's
20.
quite
4,000.
tempting. But
Yeah, and even if Brandon thinks I'm definitely behind. If he's convinced himself he's behind to the ace, maybe he fancies gambling.
yeah, it's
He'll be
Lavelle's
it.
got the worst possible hand. I mean,
Oh, King Jack,
there is an argument that Lavelle could have had a flush draw there maybe or something like that, but as it is, Brandon draw nearly dead.
Yeah, it's pretty slim pickings for Brandon, but
Give me a Jack.
I don't think he thought for a minute it was ahead. He just thought, you know what, it's cheap enough. Let's use some of these chips and see if we can get lucky.
Lavelle all in, but 96%, and now 100 to more than double up.
And we said it. We said with the short stacks, you just need one big hand and you're going to be right back up there. And now suddenly the blinds will move up and people will feel the pressure really move down.
Hello, mate.
That's it.
So 2 at the 5.
And for Michael Lavelle, his adrenaline has been flooding all night long. Block now a step back for the first time in quite a while.
Who's tripped? I want trips.
Plenty more cards and schmards after the break. Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com World Open 4. Well, Brandon's still got 150,000 or so. Have to keep himself under wraps.
And now
Pass.
Michael finds himself
Pass.
not too far behind Maud, who's
Pass.
dropped down into thirds in the chip count.
Raise. Raise.
That hand is
18,000
way
total.
better than Karen needs to raise from the button.
Absolutely.
I'll call.
Call. That's it. Pass.
And she's found
Pass.
a nice situation here. Lavelle with the smaller ace.
It's just so hard to trap Michael because he never wants to raise. He just wants to keep calling and keep calling. So you know that you've got to legitimately beat him. There's no way to get him to make a mistake, because the biggest mistake he ever seems to make is calling.
There's 42,000 in the pot. Kara obviously will like the flush draw.
Check.
Like Kara's not going to bet at this. 22, 20, she'll make it enough that we know Michael can get away from it, especially with his new chips that he's worked so hard to win.
34.
Wow,
34,000.
even bigger. I don't think it would have needed to be that big to scare him off.
Yeah, she's been making suitcase-sized bets, hasn't she? Steamer trunks even.
Pass.
But I think in this format it's best to err on the side of caution, as
Oh.
you don't want to accidentally tempt someone to play along with you.
Yeah.
Had he connected in any way, maybe you end up in trouble. I think you put the chips in, you find out where you are.
All decisions must be serious, says Kara. And that's what she's done. That's why she's got 200K.
Yeah. What am I going to do? I've got 15,000 coming through.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Patel's still on life support, but he's been there a while and doesn't seem to have affected his spirit.
Raise. Raise. 30.
The only problem for
30,000.
Kara now when she makes this kind of standard aggressive play is that there are people that are just going to have to start making their moves because they will be so short stacked. But right now she's got a good feeling that she's ahead. Pocket pairs on a short-handed table. It's going to be the best hand pre-flop most of the time.
Well, she's built up a nice lead now, but the truth is that that nice lead really only gives her one extra hand. You know, she can lose a big hand and then she'll be back where she started.
Just
And
check
her
the
first
order.
thought once she gets the call is to see how many chips Michael's got left, because she knows if this gets messy, it's going to be an expensive mess.
Yeah, and you know, she'll look at that flop and think it's a pretty good one for her hand.
Yeah, what got lucky?
That's all in.
She's all in,
Oh.
and Lavelle's calling. This is trouble for Kara Scott. Well, he hasn't called yet.
I think he might. He certainly should do.
Go on, I'll call.
Really? Cool.
Yeah, I've got to.
He said that reluctantly, as if he didn't have a king.
Not really, but
No, you got a
so what have you got? You have trips again. You have set. Oh, damn.
Next best thing for Michael Lavelle and Kara Scott. 2 outs here. The good news for her, of course, she'll still have half a stack left. But look at Lavelle. He's going to have 187,000 if the 6 doesn't come.
Slim pickings. It's just bad timing. Bad timing by Kara there, nothing more.
And he's got the double up.
That's a fantastic pot for Michael.
All the way back for Michael Lavelle. One thing you can't question is his fighting spirit.
Each person's different, and it takes a while to try and suss them out. You don't always get it right, because if they're like me, I do all sorts to try and put people off. Or give them the wrong read, you know, like, ooh, you know. But no, it's good fun. I just enjoy the banter and the crackman.
So a couple short stacks. Lavelle with the big stack, and Brandon Block
Darkness.
It does
sort
go
of
fast.
stepping up the table banter. I like the way he does it. He just kind of sort of pries information out without people knowing it.
Absolutely, it's the
Relays.
best players in the world will want to talk to you and look at your eyes and see if you laugh and see if you shut up shop.
And how about this from Lavelle? He's got the ace-10. He had been limping with these type of hands. Now with the big stack, the chip lead, putting the raise in and putting everybody to the test.
Well, maybe Michael was just very, very mindful of the stack he had to play with originally, and now he just feels, well, now I'm going to just play poker, because we know he has played before. We know he's been successful before, so he must have moves.
I'm all
Maybe
in,
he
mate.
just felt restricted
raise
before.
one.
Wow, that's strong. You know, I was thinking, the difference between a hand you can raise with and a hand you can call with or re-raise is
You've been waiting
quite
to have a gamble
severe,
all
but
day, haven't you?
What a move by Block.
Absolutely. Maybe he's just counting on the fact that Michael must be so pleased with his big stack. The last thing he wants to do is risk it with something like ace-10. But it's very hard for Brandon to really be able to put Michael on a hand. To get rid of Michael, it would need to be a small pair or something like exactly what Michael has, which is the same hand as
Got me
Brandon.
covered, yeah.
It feels like Block has blown a gasket here, but the fact is he's right.
Well, he did it with Maud a while back. You know, she made a move and he just went all in, and it was enormous, and it was scary,
Plus.
and it was unfounded, but it worked.
You would have figured 9 out of 10 players would have folded with the ace-10 there, but Block, I mean, he's made something happen out of nothing.
Yeah, and you just need to do that every couple of rounds, and there's going to be enough in the pot that makes it really worthwhile. If you get caught, so be it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're dead. But right now, it's working.
No, I had ace-10. Yeah. Suited.
Nope.
Well, a lot of information out there, a lot of knowledge about the kind of hands that people play and the kind of hands they fold, which could come back to haunt them.
I mean, now you know next time I go all in. We've got the same hand as you.
Brandon Block taking the last hand off a re-raise of Michael Lavelle, and it's a big momentum switch there. You just feel like all the momentum now at the table is his.
Yeah, Min's almost off the radar. Maud has really gone very quiet. Here's ace-10 again. It's become the hand of the tournament.
Cool.
Kara, she just can't wait for an opportunity to be the first into an unraised pot.
Yeah, and Min's found a good spot here. I don't think he'll mind getting called or taking the pot either way. You know, he needs to, at some point, he needs to see something happen.
32,000 more.
Lavelle's
Nothing, Kev.
actually got
Jack
the price
5
as it
suited
turns
is
out.
pretty slim, regardless of how cheap it is. That's a pretty slim hand to get involved with.
Well, he's only about 40.
Have a big look at him. He's eager to show me his
60,
cards, though,
40
isn't
or so, isn't
He might be
Yeah,
too
yeah.
eager there.
But of course, Michael can't know that.
Always worth it to knock someone out, thinks Michael Lavelle, and
Yeah.
perhaps it is.
5, 6. Oh.
Min Patel feeling pretty good right now, but 5 cards of fate to come.
Jackson 5. They've been coming out a lot. They had to